Hi everyone, it's Barry here from Mitosu. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for joining me for this month's Stampin' Around UK video hop. The theme for this month is monochrome or monochromatic. So this is a video hop, so links to everyone else with the same theme is down below in the description. So if you want to have a little check out of them after this video, do please make sure you have a little look at those links and follow along with this hop as well. So I'm sure we're going to have lots of amazing ideas because we're all using the same theme. So yes, you're going to get lots of different ideas and techniques, I'm sure, with this video hops. Do make sure you give those a check out down below as well. Whilst you're down there, links to our online shop can also be found, as well as other important information which we feel that you may be interested in. So whilst you're there, have a little look at those as well. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Okay, so the stamp set I have decided to use is the Layers of Beauty stamp set. So this is a stamp from the new annual catalogue from the 1st of May. So from today, actually, this stamp set can be purchased, 2024. So that's in here. It is on page 57 of the catalogue in here, and it is this one right here. So you can see some lovely florals. Well, I'll show you it in the show you it in real life, shall we? So it's this one here. So you've got this lovely floral one here. You've got the dies which match as well, and it is also one of the stencil ones as well. So you can get the Layers of Beauty decorative masks with this as a bundle, where we can then layer all of these up and we can create some lovely colours going on and your own unique style of flowers with your colours. So that's what we are going to be using. So that is on page 57 of the annual catalogue. As this is a monochromatic theme, I have decided to use the colour wheel. Okay, so this is available to purchase from our online shop. So if you would like a copy of the colour wheel, you can do. It is one which you need to print out and assemble on your own, and it's a PDF download which you go, but this is what I have used to help me with my monochromatic. So we've got our monochromatic section here on the colour wheel. We just want to move this around until we get to a certain part with the colours, and they are then the colours which you want to use. So I've gone for my greens, and my blue greens is kind of what I've decided I wanted to go for. So I have used, oh no, that's complementary colours. Let's take my monochromatic one. So I have used my greens and my blue greens. So I'm going to be using Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, Summer Splash, Coastal Cabana and Pool Party is what I've used for my monochromatic. So this is something which is going to be a tool which may be very helpful and useful to people. So if you want to have a little look out at that, then you just basically want to go over onto our website. Details are on the screen right now, matosucraft.com. Go over to tutorials, and then you can then go on to, once it loads up, you can then go over to a blank PDF and download, and then you can then click on the colour wheel here. It is available in a variety of languages, so do have a little look at that if that is something that interests you. But it was a very handy tool for me for doing this project for you today. So these are the colours that I've pulled out, as I just mentioned to you there. We've got myself some Pretty Peacock, we've got some Lost Lagoon, we have got some Summer Splash, which is a new colour, we have got some Coastal Cabana, and we have also got some Pool Party. Okay, so the materials which I'm going to use for this card is, I'm going to take myself a bit of basic white thick and turn this into my normal standard card base. Okay, so I'm going to do that and then fold in half. So that there is 21 centimetres by 14 scored in half at 10.5. That's created my card base. I've got myself a bit of basic white here. This is measuring, let's just confirm this for you, which is measuring 9.5 centimetres by 13 centimetres. And then I've got myself a bit of Pretty Peacock for my layer, which is going to be 9.8 by 13.3. Okay, so it's just a little bit bigger than that layer right there to give myself a bit of a border going on here. I've also got myself a bit of Pretty Peacock as well for the sentiment. So this is 10 centimetres, but it's going to get cut down by approximately 1 centimetre, but that depends on purely on the sentiment which you are going to be using for yours. And I've got myself another bit of basic white normal, and this is going to be for my stamping for this one right here. So whilst I've got this in my hand, let's stamp this down. Okay, so that's what that looks like, which is absolutely lovely. So we're going to colour that shortly, but first of all I'm going to do something else. And what I've got is I've got myself here a Stampin spritzer. So this is something which you can put liquid in. And I've got myself the Pretty Peacock re-inker. So what I've done is this is just purely water in here, just normal tap water, nothing special. And I've popped a few drops of this re-inker of my choice, which is the Pretty Peacock, into this. What I'm going to do, just give it a bit of a shake, because it's just been sat there for a while, just to make sure it's all mixed up. I'm going to do this. Now do make sure the nozzle is pointing in the right direction. Pop this on your desk. Okay, it's something which you can clean up as well. And I'm just going to then spritz this. Just like that. So you can just now pop this to one side and you can just let this dry naturally. You can see it is starting to return to its normal shape. So just let that do its own thing whilst we move on to the next part. So for the next part of this card, I'm going to go back onto my stamped image again, and I'm going to be doing some stenciling here. So I'm going to bring in stencil number 1 to start off with. So they're all labelled up in the top left-hand corner here. And I'm just going to find where this goes, which is in that position right there. Quite handy to have a pencil here or something which we can just line this up like so, and then just draw just some marks around, just so that we've got something to line up. So when we bring the next stencil in, we haven't got to go like this. We can pretty much just line it up with these marks. Okay. And then it's going to be, we just need to tweak it depending on the stencil. So it's just another easy way of you lining things up. So I'm just going to pop this back into place again, and then I'm going to anchor with some tape this down so this stencil doesn't move as well. Okay, so my colours which I'm going to use for this one here, I'm going to go in with Coastal Cabana first. So I've got myself my brush. And I'm just going to just layer up some colour. Okay, so that there is my first part done. And we can then move to stencil number 2. Okay, so we can then line this up and then just tweak it accordingly. It gives me, I've got a rough idea of where everything is. And then I can then just tweak until I'm happy with the positioning. So I'm kind of looking at all over the place to see my positioning. Okay, then I'm going to bring in the next colour, which I'm going to bring in Summer Splash. And carefully remove that, and then we can see we've got our second layer down. And then we'll do the same for stencil number 3. And I will use Pretty Peacock for this one. You can see how this is starting to form now. Okay, so what I've done is I've started with my lightest colour and then coming up to my darkest colour. So now I'm going to bring in stencil 4. And for this one I'm going to bring in Pool Party, so this is for my leaves now. Okay, and then to finish this one up, we will then bring in some Lost Lagoon for the detail on the leaves. And that there is the finished project using all those 5 colours. So you can see, as I mentioned earlier on, you can see how we just built the layers up, so starting from light all the way up to dark to kind of create these shadow details, even down onto the leaves as well with just the 2 colours. You can just see just giving yourself some detail on that. So that there is the finished project, or the finished part of that anyway. So as I mentioned earlier on, it comes with some dies. So I'm just going to grab myself the large die, and then we then run this through the machine, and then we will then cut this out. So there we have it, that there is the die cut piece out. So what we can do now is we can then bring over our piece which we've done at the beginning, so this piece right here. Okay, and then we can then go ahead and then stick that one down onto my card, my Pretty Peacock card layer. And then go ahead and then adhere that piece to your card base as well. Once that's all stuck down, I'm just going to put this down with some dimensionals. Like that. And then we will then just work on the sentiment. So the sentiment which I'm going to be using is the, what am I going to go? You make my heart smile. So this is the one which I'm going to use for this one right here. Heat set this, stamp this inverse mark. So this is a white embossing powder. And then I'm just going to heat set this. And that there is now the finished product with that part there, which has now all been heat set. I'm just going to grab my snips and we'll just cut off like so. And this is then going to get popped on to the card like this. So I'm going to pop this down directly down onto the card. And then to finish up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the 2024-2026 in colour gems here, which has got some of the Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock in it. So we're going to use some of the lighter ones, which is going to be the Summer Splash. And we're just going to add a couple of these around. Just to add a little bit of shine on that and sparkle. And there we have today's Stampin' UK monochromatic card. So yes, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed today's card of me showing you how you can use the Layers of Beauty stamp set here to create this monochromatic card for you. And the background as well. Something I don't do that often is bringing out my Stampin' Spritzer and using it. So yeah, that was fun to do as well. So I'm quite pleased I remembered that. And yeah. So do remember, everyone else can be found down below in the description, so check those links out as well. And do head over to our online shop if you would like to add anything to your wish list. So remember, today is the 1st of May 2024 as well, so the new annual catalogue has just launched. So there's lots of new goodies in there for you. But yes, so I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again very soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.